What's up guys, Eternal here, and today I'm gonna show you how to play Malzahar. Let's start with Donald Swing. I'll be playing against Twisted Fate, and I'm still using Teleport because despite the nerf, this Summoner Spell is so good on Malzahar, it makes him more impactful in the early game. Alright, so let's get to his skill explanation. On passive, this is a shield that blocks the first incoming ground control effect and has a 90% damage reduction. Once the shield is taken, assuming Malzahar didn't take any damage in the last 30 seconds or got ground control, the shield is renewed. Then there's E. So this is a single target spell that the duration of the spell is 4 seconds and it deals damage. So usually you want to use E on half HP minions so that the effect comes on the nearby target. If you kill enemy or unit with E, then you get 10% of your maximum mana back. E duration is increased as you use Q or ultimate on the target. So as Malzahar you need a game plan for your laning phase. So it depends if you are facing an opponent that has a bad wave clear. If you're facing something that has a bad wave clear, you want to push the wave as fast as you can, so that you already put some lane advantage. As for W, you can summon Voidlings, and W has stacks. So you can see here, I just use an ability and I have 1 stack. You can have up to 2 maximum stacks. As for Q, this is a damaging ability that silences the target if you manage to land it on enemy. So now I have 2 stacks and I can summon my Voidlings. I can summon them without having stacks, but it's not worth it. You want to always have 2 Voidlings incoming. So that way it's a better wave clear, you don't waste that much mana. And so in that case Twisted Fate has a nice wave clear, so it's not that easy for Malzahar. But this is the reason why you should run Teleport, especially in these matchups. Okay, and E is the first ability that you want to max, and soon I will have my minion dematerializer. It really helps for Malzahar. And how do you want to use it? You want to use 2 stacks on range minions and then 4 on melee. So that's one. Let's use E. And since I'm low on mana, I'm gonna use W at only 1 stack. Usually your first buck is at 1300 gold cap to get that lost chapter and get a nice mana sustain. So in this matchup, when I can see that Twisted Fate is doing so well in wave clearing, that I'm not wasting E on him. So I try to E the targets that are close to my enemy, so that it can swap and damage him a bit. But as you can see, I need to keep my mana for only wave clear. This is a farm lane. Unless you have to react to your jungler gank, not gonna use my E. I wanna keep it for wave clear, so I just auto attack him. So Malzahar is not so complicated champion, because he has these auto target spells except for Q, but it's important to understand his mechanics. So like using your W properly, knowing when to use E so you get your mana back. So these are the important things about Malzahar. He is very safe on lane. You teleport, you have this passive shield. Later it will help me against Thresh, for example. And as for ultimate, this is a suppressing ability, single target spell that channels you for 2.5 seconds. So this is the duration of this ability. It's a nice CC, and nearby the targets that are close to the enemy champion that you are targeting will take some damage, and the damage is based on maximum health, so it's good against tanks. Let's say use ultimate on AD carry and tankies in range of this ability, you will take some nice percentage damage. And now with me on the materializer, it's a bit easier to wave clear. So farming is the most important thing about Malzahar. I recommend you guys playing him. Is basically free low. Now I'm gonna push a bit more. You won't be able to take everything from that. Now I can put some pressure on him. Will she die there? Yeah, she will. So this ultimate is game changing. Sometimes you can flash ult. It's important to do E for ultimate so that you extend the duration, and the damage is bigger of course, because sometimes if you just use your ultimate your enemy can flash and then you won't be able to cast E. So these small things are important. Then Q is the ability that you want to max second, because as you rank Q the silence duration is a bit longer. So on laning phase it's not that much difference if you use 1 or 2 voidlings, but later when you split push it's important to use like EQ on wave first and then W to summon 2 voidlings. And Ludens Echo is the item that you want to buy first. This is great. Huge mana sustain, even better wave clear, more damage from Echo. I don't have it yet, but this item is core, the best item for AP casters definitely. I can't answer this. Interesting thing is they have Kindred ADC. Okay. Let's go for Inferno. They can't contest. Since I have teleport, I'm gonna use all my spells to get this Inferno as far as possible. But I think I have my sustain or wave clear anyway. Because with mana flow ban this item and E giving me 2% of maximum mana, so that's 24 unit, that's huge. So use 2 stacks, then you summon 2 voidlings and wave clear is much better. When fighting in the team fights, remember not to use your ultimate too aggressive. I mean, sometimes it's worth staying on the backline instead of just flashing ult for AD carry that might have QSS and you end up dying. Also about the shield, so later the cooldown is like 20 seconds. As you level up, passive shield can block the first turret shot, so that's huge. If you get damaged by minions you won't lose this shield, so keep in mind. So just help yourself in last hitting with your basic attacks, while your wave clear is huge anyway. And let's use a teleport like this. And that's good, worth. I was wondering if Kindred has ultimate. But yeah. So now I'm gonna finish my Luden's Echo and I get these CDR boots. Now I proceed to build Reliance Crystal Scepter, and this is his core item. Though sometimes in my build I swap one item with Morello. Let's say you are facing Mundo, and generally team comp that is based on healing, like Vladimir for example, so then you go Morello instead of Rely or instead of Leandris, but Leandris is the next item after Rely. So these are your core items, they are synergized with your E and the damage is insane. Malzahar is good for roaming, so just keep your wave pushed and you can try something. With teleport you have more opportunities to impact other lanes, like I did on bot lane, so I think that Malzahar is the perfect champion for solo queue, because he's not complicated. I mean, it takes some time to get used to his mechanics, but generally he's simple, except for the Q. There are no skill shots, so with Q you usually try to predict your enemy movement. And I try something on bot now. I will have to flash. Nice. But yeah, TF ulted. Doing W here wouldn't make so much difference because I had my voidings anyway. And you can keep trying to roam as much as you can, or just pressure a single lane and still do good. Later he's great for speed pushing, especially if you have teleported, just farm. When something happens you just teleport. And this is an example of the perfect combo. So like I had my W stacks ready, had Q and then ultimate. There's another Inferno, I want to get up definitely. I just keep it worded for now. While wave clearing mid, and when jungler comes, or if enemy will try to do the drag, I just follow. But for now, let's wave clear, because since I roam so much, I have less CS than Twisted Fate, but I'm fed. I guess I just farmed champions. And that was quick, he got the E damage. Because now, after having 2 stacks of the materializer of minions, I cleared them within just a second, and that's great. Let's use all of the abilities again to just secure this. I just use Q like this to pressure him. Gonna pressure mid now to force Twisted Fate to go back, and if he doesn't, I just take this turret. So use Q like this to get my second stack, because W helps me in pushing as well. If you can afford mana, you use W like this. I wonder if there's vision there. And they overstayed. And let's push bot. So voidings first, because I saw that I have 2 stacks. and I have to answer the push. Not using W because I'm low on mana yet. No, I can't, because I get some mana back with E resets. I could stop that. I mean, I couldn't, but I tried. Because it's possible with Q. You can silence channeling spells. So in matchups like Twisted Fate, Cartus, have the enemy in range try to stop their ultimates with Q. Also something like Katarina. What is he trying, like? Okay. I see why I was worth so much gold, so that's worth from them this time. Maybe should have flashed a bit earlier. Yeah, let's finish Realize Scepter and now this. And so much happening on bot. Now I have perma slow, cause you see, E cooldown is only 3-second duration, so I just can keep spamming while chasing. And he just stopped my ultimate with the knock-up, cause I lost my shield, it seems, before this happened. No point staying here. And she's dead. I'm doing blue buff. You want to use your voidlings first. So that way it's easy, you can actually farm quite easily. Always some additional gold. Break is up. Let's push this wave and get it. Wait, he actually ulted for Kindred now. This time I couldn't do E. I mean, if I did E, I wouldn't get in range for my ultimate. So in that case you just use your ultimate. You need to pay attention to your range, the range of your abilities. Relia is splitting top, but I will have my teleport within 20 seconds. Seems like not enough. I will have to respawn anyway. So let's see if I get in time there. Probably. And I'm able to deal with her. So against champions that can win against you in a short trade, you want to poke a bit with Q first, for example, take some health and then finish off with the rest of your combo. Because if I just went straight into Relia, I can see myself dying there. Not bad. Always some damage, and the ultimate cooldown is not so high, just 1 minute. and I'm having 40% CDR without blue buff, so that's huge. You can see the reduction is very important on Malzahar. As you can see, I'm CC machine, basically throwing spells all the time, offering so much. Like, Malzahar is very impactful for the team fight, and even when he's not dealing damage directly with his E, his Voidlings can do so much damage. Or just a good single Q in the late game when you have all these magic pen items can be huge. So you don't even have to play aggressive on lane, just farm and get the late game. Hope that it goes well for you. As for enemies that you want to ban when playing Malzahar, I recommend banning Yasuo, because he's cancer. It takes no resources to clear wave and can be problematic. Now you see I'm using spells again to get my Voidlings at 2 stacks, and thanks to that I pushed the wave faster. I'm just gonna react to that. So now at level 16 the cooldown of my shield is only 12 seconds, that's huge in my opinion. Oh, he's definitely a late game champion. Basically, the longer the game, the more likely you are to win. Right, so let's finish this item and get that cap. Then Void Staff to seal this magic pen. And basically that's everything. And I have Inferno. 2 Infernos actually, so that's huge for my damage. Now there's no point going mid, cause inhibitor was taken, so I go top, especially because I have teleport. I just react in case something happens. Actually my team can try Baron soon, so I just push this wave and maybe we can do this objective. I'm just pinging my team, and wow, there's going to be a third Inferno. Okay, so we should be able to take this. Yeah, easily. And then, what's happening there? I'd like Baron now. I think we can do this with Darius. Yeah, that will cost me my whole mana bar. Yeah, taken without contest. Nice. Now I just go bot, and while other teammates, at least one pressure top mid, empowers these siege minions, super minions actually, and that's good. I just pressure bot. Later in the game it takes at least 2 champions to answer Malzahar's split push. He's very good 1v1, and with all these E and W outplays can do so much. Like, it's easy to outplay someone with Malzahar, and if you manage to kill one while split pushing, then enemies are not able to react properly, because usually they are sure that they can deal with one Malzahar, and then this happens. The damage was crazy. Missing couldn't do anything. Let's see the damage on Kindred, you see. Impressive. Let's flash cause end of the game. Anyway. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. Hope that you learned something about Malzahar. Leave a like, subscribe, and see you next time.